Okay, this is pretty cool. I think this is how it works. Okay. So I keep getting asked every single time on how to do catapult jumping for Pathfinder. Okay. The way you do this is the moment your grapple hits the floor, right here, the moment your grapple hits the floor, you jump. You don't jump before the grapple, you jump like slightly after the grapple. So grapple, hit, jump. And then you can b-hop after that for style points. But I think the thing that a lot of people need to learn is just the catapult itself. I'm not pressing, like, you don't have to press W, you don't have to do anything. So you just Q, jump, and it catapults for you. Whatever you do after that is fine. Because if you don't jump, it's just gonna do this. So let me wait for it to do its thing. So here's a better view. So if you don't jump, if you don't do anything, this is a typical grapple. You can move with the grapple. So like you can go left or right. You could try going up, but it doesn't really take you anywhere. You don't have to do that. I mean, you don't have to do the ledge climb or anything like that. But if you do the jump, it's easy for a grapple. And you see me do this a lot in a lot of the games when I play Pathfinder. If I'm trying to get up to a higher ground, like if I'm chasing someone that just got up to like the second floor or something, I want to chase him, you do the catapult. And it just takes you up without having to do all that animation where you have to jump, you have to climb, you can't shoot people. So it avoids all of that. So the grapple, I just fucked it up, but the catapult is perfect for that. And then catapulting on flat ground is just easier for catching up to people and escaping. You can slingshot yourself at the end of a jump. So here's another thing for some people. When you're doing a catapult, you can actually... So let's go over this really quick. Hold on. What I was going to say was you can actually angle yourself. So you look away from where you're going and you can slingshot yourself. But in order to do that, you need to understand how slingshots work. So grapple has a field of view that once you break line of sight with the grapple, you break it. So for instance, if I grapple and I turn too far away, you break the grapple. So it's like literally the edge where you can't see it anymore. Like really, like let's say if I put my grapple right here and I turn all the way, and like right here is where it would break. So you want to get as close to you can where the breaking point is so you can slingshot. So this is without a jump. So this is just a normal slingshot. So I'm just looking. Okay, I didn't jump at all. That was just a normal slingshot. If you want to do a jump slingshot, or just sling, I guess you want to consider it, you can do it, and it sends you a little bit further with more momentum. Typically, that's what you want to do, but that's how a slingshot works. So you're looking. So if you want to sling yourself past this, you would look right a bit, and then it slings you. And you can do the opposite too. It's just, I think it's easier if you're right-handed, it's easier for you to go right. If you're left-handed, you can go left if it's easier for you. I mean, it's a little bit harder. I mean, it's not too hard. It's pretty simple, but it's just, it feels like it's going against you if you're right-handed. What's another thing? What's another Pathfinder thing we can talk about? Oh yeah, so like pretend this is the second floor of a building, and typically if you want to climb up there, you got to do this to follow someone. As Pathfinder, you don't need to do all of this, and then you have to pull your gun out and they're ready for you. If you're just going to follow them, you just do the catapult and it takes you right up to them. That's the whole point about Pathfinder, where you can catch up to people, and it's really nice. What else? What else do we do? Oh yeah, so here's a great example of slingshot with momentum, and it takes you into a b-hop slide. So you can do this on a lot of terrain in World's Edge. So let's say you're sliding or you're just running and you see something that you can really slingshot yourself off of. You do that and you just slide off of things. Typically, okay, so like what you want to do is when you're in the air, you can actually press C and it already puts you, like Control or C. It already puts you in the crouch position while you're midair. So if you have the momentum and you're on a downslope, you can actually carry that momentum into a slide or a b-hop. Which is why you see me a lot of times when I'm doing my catapult thing, you'll see me b-hop out of it to give me more of a more distance. So here's a perfect slide momentum type of thing. But if you want to do a b-hop, so here's a typical catapult without a b-hop. You'll see what I mean. Typical. Well, that wasn't a good catapult. Hold on. Give me a second. Here's a typical catapult with no b-hop. So you would just land like this and you would keep running. Okay, but if you're chasing someone or you're trying to escape, it's better to do the catapult and then jump at the end of the catapult to kind of propel yourself further. So if you're going to do that, you can just keep doing this and you get more distance. So if you're trying to catch up to someone, it's perfect. Here's a better view of this. So you can go pretty far. If there was nothing in front of me or if there was something I could jump up on, I would keep continuing past it basically, and it's perfect for that. Let me see if I can get this one again, because like I was doing this earlier today and I was just going straight past a lot of this stuff. There's an example of sliding into the b-hop. And you go pretty far. Because typically if you didn't do the slide, you would just land right here and you'd be done. But look at the distance that you would get off of someone if they were a Pathfinder, they don't know how to do the slide, or they don't know how to do the b-hop. They'd be right here trying to shoot you and you're way the fuck over here. So it's way, way better to do the slide into a b-hop or just b-hop into stuff. With b-hop, you can just go pretty far. And that's just jumping. Once you hit the ground, you start jump, and you keep going. And you probably see it on my screen right now that I'm using mouse wheel down the jump. And sometimes when I do the catapult, I'll do mouse wheel down, and sometimes I do space. And sometimes it just depends on what I'm comfortable with. Like, I'm comfortable in mid-fight to do these jumps, to do the mouse wheel down jumps, and then there's times where I'm comfortable doing catapult with spacebar because my thumb and Q are just really close to each other, so it's easier that way. Oh, here's another little, you should highlight this part and put it on YouTube. I was probably going to do that actually, PS2. Here's another cool little grapple thing that a lot of people don't know. So with Pathfinder, a lot of people like to, like, you see me do this a lot too. I like to BM people with grapple, and I like to pull them. A lot of times, you don't have to directly hit these people in order to get them into your grapple. Your grapple can go behind them. So like, I can grapple right here. As long as I move my character strafe while I'm grappling in front of his field of vision, I can actually grapple him. So if I do that, I'll still get him. It's ridiculous. It's crazy how far I can pull him. So let me do that again. Again, the grapple was over here. I just moved in front of him. You can even do it once the grapple hits, too. Oh, I fucked that one up. I went over it. But you can do it. Once you've grappled, you can position yourself in front of him, and it will actually grapple him. So let me see if I can do it again. There you go. That's a perfect. So it hit that, and then I went in front of him and got him. So you can do it. It's very, very simple. So you don't have to be precise. You just, if a guy is running and you know he's going to run into you, you might as well just grapple the path in front of him and you'll get him. So like I could do this and then I'll get him. So it works like that. It's pretty good.